Hey everyone, it's Andy and Jenna here from A Couple Travelers, coming to you from Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, where we just wrapped up a really great day.
Right, we did all of the top attractions. I'm talking Rise of the Resistance, Slinky Dog Dash, Tower of Terror. So we did 9 attractions, I think, throughout the day. The longest we waited was 11 minutes. We had a very specific strategy for today, utilizing early park hours, Genie Plus, and individual lightning lanes. So let's go back and walk you through the day so you can use a similar strategy because we had a great day.
But before we do that, quick note, we are also here on the reopening night of Fantasmic. It is November 3rd, 2022, the first public showing of this nighttime spectacular.
Energy in the crowd, man, was incredible.
First time it's been shown here in over 2 years to the public, so we'll be including some clips from that as well, but let's get back and show you the start of our day. Here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, we got on the Skyliner at 7:51. It is currently about 7:58 or 7:59, so under 10 minutes to get here from the Pop Century. Didn't have to wait at all at Caribbean Beach, so you gotta love it. All right, so what are you doing first?
I think are we doing Tower of Terror first?
It doesn't matter to me, whatever you think.
Let's do that before, in case it goes up more.
Yeah.
When they let in the regular crowd in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's currently 20-minute wait?
Yeah.
We're heading to Rock and Roller Coaster, that currently is at 5.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone. You are about to discover what lies beyond the fifth dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of imagination, in the Tower of Terror.
Thanks.
That was 20 minutes.
It was 8. Amazing. She was saying the words to some of the pre-show.
Waiting for you.
We had so much airtime on that one.
Really?
We're just like suspended.
Like my butt kept coming up.
Yeah, we're just like out of the
It was great.
Step with us now into this amazing world and create your own exciting story.
Walk on. They weren't doing the pre-show this morning, which I'm actually fine with. I'd rather just get right on the ride.
Tonight. It's happening tonight. The return of Fantasmic to Disney's Hollywood Studios. It has technically been in cast, member, and media previews the last 2 nights, but look at this. There are show times for Fantasmic for today. It is an updated show with numerous new scenes, including Frozen, Moana, Aladdin, and we are very excited to see that and the entire show as a whole. It is by far my favorite nighttime show here at Walt Disney World, and can't wait to see it later. While we were on the topic of Fantasmic, when we were coming into the park this morning, we ran into Christian, who is a guest relations cast member here at Hollywood Studios, and Jenna, Rocky, and Stephanie just struck up a conversation with him. They were chatting, and he just gave us a magical moment and gave us a Smuggler's Run lightning lane for later today, which is just one of the many reasons why you gotta love cast members. I mean, absolutely fantastic things that they do for us to make our day better. And just like that, we got Jenna, Steph, and Rocky off of Rock and Roller Coaster.
Walk on, man.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't even a pre-show.
Yeah, they didn't even stop for the pre-show. We just walked right
Walked
on.
through, and then it wasn't even like we walked up and we were stopped before. It was like they were already loading, and there was only like a couple people on the train, and they were like, go ahead, get on. So like literal walk on never stopped until we were sitting.
Wow.
Yeah. He kept going, not the 101, not because he knows
Got the 5. I'm like, the 5 is
like,
still in.
they're under construction. What are you doing?
I love it.
Great commentary in my ear.
So thoughts on our slightly revised Hollywood Studios opening strategy?
I think it worked out perfect.
I agree.
Because if we came any earlier, it would have been more like, you know, like how on our Epcot day, like we were so early so that we could be one of the first in the park, which I think for a ride like Remy really works. We would have spent a lot of time standing to wait for the Skyliner to come on, and then standing at security to go through, and then standing at the front gate to come in. We know that Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster are not where the initial crowd flocks to. They flock to Slinky, they flock to Rise of the Resistance, and they flock to Mickey and Minnie's because it's the first ride you come up to. So we knew we could be a little bit later today. We made our 7 a.m. selections from bed and then got ready and then left. We still got to enjoy a little bit of the early park hour or half hour for resort guests, but it wasn't like we were here so early that we were waiting for that to start.
Yeah.
So it really worked out.
So I would say get in at the tail end of the extra morning hours if you can.
We enjoyed like 15 of the 30 minutes,
Which
and we
is all you
got on
need.
both rides
Right.
in that time.
Right.
So we were off Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster by 8:30 when the park officially opened.
Yeah.
So that was great. Then we got Joffrey's. We've been sitting having coffee, and now we're gonna go get breakfast at Ronto Roasters, which if you watched the channel before, that's the only place we have breakfast in Hollywood Studios because we love it so much. And then we're gonna redeem our Smuggler's Run lightning lane that was gifted as a magical moment. I mean, it's helping us out, but if not, the line right now is only 25 minutes, so that's not bad at all. And there's single rider as well, so we could always utilize that to get on the ride quicker.
Thank you.
Oh, the Millennium Falcon. On loan for some very fast and very profitable expeditions. Chewbacca, my fine furry friend. I hope you are ready, my friends, but to be sure, I will be coming along.
Safety. Remain seated and supervise younglings. Por favor, permanezcan sentados.
I was just about to say that. Pilot on the right. Pull back on the stick to fly up and push forward to fly down.
I'm going up!
Weapons on flight. Left pilot. Now let's go get that coaxial. Right pilot.
It moves so
Just
slow.
light speed.
Pull it, Rocky.
Yes, keep shooting. They've locked onto us. Take evasive action. Let's get another container of coaxium. Pilots, line up behind the train so we can harpoon that last car. Fire the missiles at the train. Hurry. We made it. I don't believe it, but we made it. Now, let's get out. Great job, my friends.
Wait till that thing grows up. Move along.
Carry on, fellas.
They're following us. 75-minute wait. Eight-minute wait. Better than the 75 posted minute.
Not bad.
Take it.
Here we go. Oh boy. Oh! Oh!
Got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Some of the folks might be a little bit smarter than I am.
Get up there, make sure he's up. I'm okay. You're gonna have to jump. Jump. Bring me. Aaron, trust me. Cut! Get that fire out! Come on, get her out of here! Alicia! Where are you? Yeah, you did. Well done, Alicia. Nicely done, Stephanie. I said not to do anything.
Hurry, get me out of this thing! Do something! It's stuck!
Time! Great job, everyone. Well done. That's all right. Folks, let's hear it from the cast and the crew of the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular.
Getting a lot done at Hollywood Studios. We just saw the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, the great show that's been running for 33 years here at the park.
I had missed it. It was really nice to see it again.
Hadn't seen it in 3 years.
Yeah.
So it was really good to see that. Before that, we were hanging out in Galaxy's Edge for a little bit. We got some blue milk. Steph and Rocky got some blue milk and green milk. We did our Smuggler's Run Lightning Lane before that too.
Yes. That was great. We could redeem that at any time. It helped us move things along in the morning.
Yeah. Shout out again to Christian, the great cast member at the entrance of the park, who made a magical moment for us with that.
Right. And then we redeemed our Slinky Dog.
Oh yeah, I
Genie
forgot.
Plus.
Yep. So that was great.
Right after that. Yeah, we've been moving and grooving
Yeah.
this morning. And now it's back-to-back redeeming our Rise of the Resistance individual lightning lane that we purchased for $10 a person this morning, or $15?
15, I believe.
15 a person. And then it'll be time for our Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Genie Plus right after that.
Yeah, so
2 in a row.
getting a lot done here at Hollywood Studios, but this is Rocky's first time on Rise of the Resistance. So as such a big Star Wars fan, we are very excited to experience this with him.
He's gonna lose his mind.
Let's go.
Let's get ready to make that jump to light speed on my mark.
There appear to be a number of small craft heading our way. Raise the shields.
We got company. First order TIE fighters. Reroute. Right to Blue Flag. We got a clear path so transport can make the jump.
Stand back from those doors.
By the authority of General Hux, this vessel is now under the command of the First Order.
Come on now.
You're gonna lead us, right? You gonna show us the way?
All right, R5. Let's go, buddy.
Go, we got this.
Recruits, for your safety, stay seated with seatbelts securely fastened. Keep hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the transport and supervise your children. Tell them it's a prisoner transfer. There's a clear path to the turbo lifts at the end of the hallway. Turn right.
You're not authorized. Wait. Go to the prison.
Power is blown. Find an alternate route. Who picked these two droids anyway?
Everyone back in the blaster. Now's a good time. The escape pod's just below us.
You will tell me the location of the secret base. I will destroy you and the Resistance.
Your escape pods came in a little off target. Ground crews will meet you outside the wreck.
Yeah, there we go. Hit it, Kemp.
Do you know what Yapola Atima means?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I'm new here.
You're new here. You're gonna blame it on being a newbie?
Yeah. Call me Rocky.
Rocky, that's your name. Oh. I know a Rocky.
Yeah?
Rocky. That's where he's from. Even though he shows a Tatooine shirt.
Oh, do you know where the scariest planet in the universe is? Naboo.
Dad jokes, 101 right here. Jason, do you know where the planet of Sacramento, California is?
What are you doing with this thing?
It takes pictures.
I know what it does. I'm asking you what to do with it.
It captures your soul.
Yeah. A joy. Do you trust this thing?
I do.
Really?
It's very faithful.
Very faithful.
It is.
Very faithful. Does it come home every night? I think I've seen that droid in here before. What's with him?
Welcome to Fantastic.
Dark.
Yes.
It is 9:14.
It was also dark in the intro of our video because
which we recorded 10 minutes ago.
because if you've been following along in this series of videos from our Walt Disney World vacation, these are all about your strategies to get you on the most rides and attractions at the Walt Disney World theme park. So
we need to wait till the end of the day to do those.
Right.
When we know how many rides and how long we waited and if our strategy was successful.
Yeah.
Also, am I like looking like a floating head coming out of Andy's shoulder because like our feet hurt and we're sitting on a bench?
We don't remember exactly the last time we updated the vlog. We were just talking about that. So we're just
remember what I think it was before Indiana Jones. I don't even know if I talked to the camera at all today. I apologize.
But we did have a great day in Hollywood Studios. We were there for a little over 12 hours and did a lot. We did a lot. In case we didn't mention it, we started off this morning by purchasing individual lightning lanes for our party of four for Rise of the Resistance. So we did that. And then our first Genie Plus lightning lane selection of the day was for Slinky Dog, which surprisingly was very early. That was for a 9:30 return time.
Yeah, 9:30 to 10:30. The rumor has been for a very long time that if you want to get a Genie Plus redemption for Slinky Dog, that needs to be your first selection of the day because it's often gone by 7:01.
Yeah.
Today at noon, you could still get one for 8:30 p.m. So it did not sell out until very late in the day, which was unusual. I think it showed not a lot of people were using Genie Plus today.
Yeah.
Or they were choosing a different strategy because maybe they thought, oh, well, there's no way I'm going to get it, so I'm not going to try.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we were very surprised to get such an early time. But it worked out in our favor. We got to the park at 8:40. We got on our first ride. Early park admission started at 8:30, and we pretty much left. What time did we leave our room?
Little after 8, I would say.
And we took the Skyliner over, went into the park, and Andy had talked earlier that we had that magical moment with the cast member who gave us we can redeem at any time Genie Plus.
Yep, Christian.
For Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. So
Yep.
we got to the park, we rope dropped Tower of Terror. It said it was a 20-minute wait. We only waited 8 minutes, and
Yep.
then we walked right on Rock and Roller Coaster. So before the park had officially opened, we hit 2 major attractions, which was great.
We had a late night last night from Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review, and so didn't know if we needed to get to the park super early. So that worked out because we were still there towards the tail end of early park entry, and so
Yep.
we used that to our benefit to get on, or at least the rest of them did, to get on Tower and Rock and Roller Coaster.
Then we got coffee at Joffrey's, which is at the exit of the Tower of Terror attraction.
So clutch.
Which was great. And then we sat and drank our coffee and relaxed a little bit. If you are not in dire need of coffee, it would behoove you to hit one more attraction before that 9 a.m. crowd of non-resort guests walk in, because at 9 o'clock, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which would be the next closest attraction, only had a 15-minute wait. So that would have been a great one to hit.
Yeah.
After we sat and had our coffee for about 10, 15 minutes, it jumped up to 45.
Yep.
So the big crowds roll in, and that's the first attraction that you see when you enter the park. So a lot of people start their day there, but you basically could have went right over to Mickey and Minnie's, rode that, and been done 3 attractions just a few minutes after the official park open.
From there, we headed back into Galaxy's Edge to get breakfast at Ronto Roasters. So we did a mobile order for some Ronto wraps, and then we went to go redeem our gifted Lightning Lane at Smuggler's Run. The posted wait at that time was 60 minutes, and we only ended up waiting 10. So that was great.
From there, I'm just looking at my notes from the day. This is what I do, like a psycho. We then headed over to our Slinky Dog Lightning Lane to redeem that. The standby line was 75 minutes.
Which is actually kind of on the lower end for that ride.
For that ride, especially first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
We waited 8 minutes once we scanned into our individual Lightning Lanes. When we scanned in, that was when we were able to book our next Genie Plus, since it was earlier than the 2 hours after park opens, if that makes sense. So with that one, we selected Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway for 12:25 to 1:25. After we waited 8 minutes for Slinky, we went back into Galaxy's Edge. We got some blue and green milk, kind of enjoyed the land a little bit, walked around, got some ice cream, and then we had a good hour until our individual Lightning Lane for Rise of Resistance. And we knew Indiana Jones had a show in about a half hour, so we strategically went and saw the show and then caught the tail end of our Rise of the Resistance redemption time, which when we scanned in for Rise of the Resistance, I could not believe that it was a walk on to the first pre-show.
Yeah, that Lightning Lane compared to the actual standby queue is so short. Because we did that. That's the same as the DAS Pass queue for when we used it with my family back last June, and yeah, within 2 minutes in that first pre-show with Ray and BB-8.
Right, and then when we got off that, it was time for our Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Genie Plus.
Yeah.
And we waited. Well, so the posted standby wait was 55 minutes, and we waited 12. Oh wait, no, we waited 8. I'm sorry. Then our friends who we were with had an appointment to go build a droid at Droid Depot. So we went to go see Muppet Vision, which had a 5-minute wait till the next show. So that worked out. And then...
Which can I just take a second to say how much I appreciate Muppet Vision 3D?
It's so cute.
It is. Like, I always forget, because we don't see it every time we go to Hollywood Studios, but it's a good filler attraction. It still has a lot of good practical effects. I don't feel like Muppet Vision 3D gets the love that it deserves. And I know it's a very old and somewhat outdated attraction, but it's still entertaining every time we go see it.
And then when we were on our way over, my alarm went off. 2 hours had gone by to book the next Lightning Lane. And we selected Toy Story Midway Mania for 3 to 4 o'clock. And then we headed to our Oga's Cantina reservation and had a couple of drinks there.
Yep.
And we were actually at the bar.
That was nice.
Which was a lot of fun. The cast members there were like making jokes with us.
Shout out to Kim and
Kim
a few of the others
wonderful. When we got out of that, we went to Baseline Tap House for pretzels and beer.
Yep.
Then, it was time for our Toy Story Midway Mania Lightning Lane. We, on the way, joined the walk-up list for Hollywood Brown Derby. We kind of needed some substantial food after the day of kind of just snacking. And so it had a 35-minute wait, so we joined the walk-up list. And then we got in line, scanned in for Toy Story. We waited 11 minutes. That is the longest we had waited all day, 11 minutes for that ride.
And before heading into Toy Story Land, I noticed on one of the digital screens, I believe it said the Buzz Lightyear ride was 30, Slinky Dog was 45 or 55, and Toy Story Midway Mania was 90.
Yeah.
You never see Midway Mania with a higher weight than...
Apparently just everybody wanted to do it today.
Slinky Dog, yeah.
When we were about to get on the ride, our walk-up wait list had been called for Hollywood Brown Derby. It says they give you a 15-minute window to get to a reservation. We did not. It was 25 minutes before we got there, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And they were like, it's fine. They had no concern about it, but had a nice dinner there. We both got the Cobb salads.
Yep.
Needed some vegetables in our system.
Yep. Shout out to our server, Angela, one of the Disney Legacy Award recipients. She was great.
We were at dinner, stalking Twitter, because a cast member had told us 6 o'clock would be the lineup time for the 8 p.m. Fantasmic. And at 5, we were seeing people posting photos that the line had started. And so we rushed through dinner and went and got in line at what time?
5:45. It got in line at 5:45 at the front of the park at the beginning of Hollywood Boulevard.
So we went all the way up Hollywood Boulevard, then all the way up Sunset Boulevard, then all the way through the Fantasmic. It is
amphitheater.
You forget how big it is back there, but we were walking and walking and walking, and we were at one of the far ends of the theater, and then we sat there for 100 minutes.
Yeah, over an hour and a half. So
before the show, and then the show was a good half hour, and then it took about a half hour to get out of there, and here we are.
So, apologies if we already told you some of the stuff in the video.
We forget what we said.
I'll figure out a way to edit this together and
show
the least repetitive way.
We recorded random things throughout the day. We want to tell you what we did and the strategy we used, because only waiting 11 minutes when we did all of the top rides in the park is amazing. And considering all of the wait times we kept walking by were 55 minutes. 110 minutes. Everything was so high up there, and I don't have the energy to stand in a 90-minute line and then do it again for another ride.
I agree. I think this vacation definitely showcased the value of Genie Plus, and especially our ability to stack and just the overall availability of the return times too. I would say we have been here late October, early November. As we're getting into holiday season, if you're watching this, or even any of the other busy times of the year, spring break, take it with a grain of salt, because, don't let our experience be indicative of what, obviously, crowd
You're not going to do this on Christmas Day.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
But it's still a busy season. It's race weekend.
I would say there's no harm in taking these strategies and adapting them to the busy times and to see how well they hold up. You know, the only thing, you know, I'll say about this, which I mentioned to Jenna at our dinner tonight, is, you know, this used to be free. Right, it used to be part of FastPass Plus, so now you just need to understand that if you do want the benefit of Genie Plus, it's that incremental cost to your vacation. So,
like our video from the other day at Magic Kingdom with Genie Plus, and with yes, we paid $30 extra per person for that day with our Genie Plus and our individual lightning lane. So $60 total for us that we paid that day, but we saved 221 minutes. We saved nearly 4 hours of time.
Yeah.
I couldn't have stood up in line an extra 4 hours than we did. So personally, I think my time of 4 hours was worth $30. But that's a decision that every family has to make. Can they afford that when it's a family of 4 or a family of 6? Us coming just the 2 of us is a very different story.
Yeah, we're not telling you not to purchase it or to purchase it.
It's going to be a family decision.
Right. Like we mentioned in some of the other videos, like you do have other services out there like touring plans, which is, I believe, $17.99 for an annual subscription. They have a really great data-driven platform that I was kind of testing out on the trip. Didn't find a ton of value in it just because we were having so much luck with Genie Plus. But that's not to say that if you did not want to purchase Genie Plus and go a little bit more budget-friendly route, I think you could have a lot of luck with touring plans because they have a lot of great tools and recommendations on that app. Oh, fantastic.
I totally forgot. I thought the video was over.
That, you know, that big thing that we waited over 2 hours for tonight.
Like, you normally don't have to do this. Like, it's usually if it's at 8 o'clock, maybe you'll get in line at 7 and go get a spot in the theater kind of thing. It's much more chill. This is the opening night. We wanted to make sure we had good seats and weren't like, you know, back row.
When Disney announced this, we were working at home.
I hear him screaming from upstairs, Jenna, because we're running down the stairs. November 3rd. I'm like,
it's happening.
What?
It's happening.
Fantastic. And I went, that's the day we're going to Hollywood Studio. Like, what are the chances? Like, someone was looking out for us.
So we were super lucky to be there for opening night. There was a cast member preview on the first, and then a cast member media preview last night they only got 2/3 of the way through the show because it had a weather delay, and so they...
Oh, I didn't actually hear that.
Yeah, so they couldn't finish the show last night, but the show was spectacular. It's nostalgic, it's impressive. After the show, when that production team came out of the booth, everybody was clapping and cheering for them. It was great to see a lot of the cast members who work at that show get back to work. I know they've been obviously improving the show and prepping it for a while. They had a new sequence in the middle of it, inclusive of Frozen and Aladdin and Moana.
Which I did enjoy those new parts, and then I also thought the show had a good amount of things that like I remember seeing as a kid, like when I was here with my family. So it was like I had the really good nostalgia part, and I had these new things that I was like surprised to see.
So the intro is roughly the same. That amazing finale is roughly the same. I mean, a few things that I was telling Jenna that probably a few less fireworks here and there. Like, they're missing that big middle Aladdin scene with
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas scene.
I used to love that Pocahontas
that was
scene
so
with
good.
the shovels, and it's like, and dig, and
well, because it came out of one of the projection scenes with the cannon blast.
Yeah, that was good. But there was still a Pocahontas section.
There was.
I thought they were cutting Pocahontas altogether, so it was nice to actually see her.
It was.
And for her to have a moment.
My biggest gripe with the new version is that there wasn't one moment with a lot of performers on the stage at once. You had them on the boat at the end, so like before Mickey comes on top of the mountain. I mean, overall, like just hearing that music and
the crowd tonight was so much fun because like this is Disney's biggest fans.
Oh yeah.
So like when that music first came on and Mickey came out, like it was
goosebumps.
It was, perfect way of explaining that.
If you're coming to Disney in the near future or from here on out, basically, Fantasmic is back. So please go show your support to the amazing cast members and performers at that show. But sorry for the long the long
weird way of
yeah,
telling you about our day. But
update here to the video.
Yeah.
But that is going to be it from today's video and this series of Walt Disney World videos, at least from the parks. We have some more videos coming out that'll talk about a couple other topics like dining and how much we spent. So definitely be on the lookout for those. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on social media at A Couple Travelers.
And until next time, keep traveling.